बार बार ये कहा जाता है कि काले धन के विषय को लेकर क्या कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं। सर, I normally speak in both languages, so for your benefit, I'll बार बार ये विषय उठाया जाता है कि काले धन को लेकर सरकार की नीयत क्या है और नीति क्या है, और ये चर्चा काफी आगे बढ़ी। जब से ये सरकार आई है पिछले 21 महीने में, एक विषय था बड़ा स्पष्ट रूप से कि HSBC के बैंक में जिन भारतीय मूल के लोगों के खाते थे, उनकी एक लिस्ट सरकार के पास आई। आजाद साहब ने कहा उसको सार्वजनिक कर दो। आजाद साहब, उसको सार्वजनिक करने की एक प्रक्रिया है, और प्रक्रिया है कि जब अदालत में चार्जशीट फाइल होती है और उसमें से बहुत अधिक मात्रा में लोग ऐसे हैं जिनकी असेसमेंट प्रोसीडिंग्स कंप्लीट हो चुकी हैं, पूरी हो चुकी हैं, जिनके खिलाफ क्रिमिनल केस कोर्ट में डाल चुके हैं, और जो कोर्ट में डालते हैं वो सब सार्वजनिक हैं, उनके नाम भी छपते हैं। कुछ ऐसे हैं जिनके खिलाफ केस नहीं पड़ा, आने वाले कल में पड़ सकता है। लेकिन अगर उस प्रक्रिया से बाहर जाकर आप सूची सार्वजनिक करते हो, तो अंत में जिन लोगों के नाम उस सूची में है, आप उनकी सहायता करते हो। योर एडवाइस इज अ बोना फाइड एडवाइस, but it will land the government of India, whether it was headed by the UPA or the NDA, into a trap. Your government of...
तब हम आप नहीं मानते थे, तब ये कहते थे कि कांग्रेस को कुछ छुपाना है, इसलिए नहीं कहते। मैं ये नहीं कहता था कि आपको करने चाहिए।
Sir, if you want to make it, if you make it an inter-party issue, all your cooperation treaties have a covenant that the information is being provided on a particular condition, and that condition has to be complied with. And one of the conditions is that you make the names public when the case is filed in court. If you start using it for a political purpose, the other day in the other house, for example, in the Income Tax Act, there is a provision that I can't make anybody's information of search or investigation or even assessment proceedings public. In the other house, there was a debate. I said, I'm not going to make it public because there's a prohibition in the act. And therefore, once a case is filed, it can be made public. But if you make it public other than by a procedure which is not prescribed in that agreement, then you disentitle yourself from getting any evidence internationally. And if you don't get evidence internationally, you'll never be able to prove the case. So the best way of helping the accused is breach the treaty, disentitle yourself from getting the information, and then the accused goes scot-free. That is not an advice we are following. We are proceeding in most of those cases. Assessments have been completed, criminal cases have been filed. Those names are already in public domain. I have no hesitation in sharing the names which are already in public domain. But we will strictly follow the procedure that is given in courts. In the Liechtenstein case, wherever prosecutions were required, we have filed them. We opened a window for declaration of monies if people had abroad. Many people have declared, some may not have declared. By 2017, the G20 initiative, the FATCA agreement that we've entered into with the US, the increased emphasis on sharing of information globally now. A lot more information is going to come almost by the day. And those who have monies abroad but did not declare them, once their information is known, and in some cases some information is coming to us, investigations are proceeding, and now the penal provisions of a very strict law will be applicable against them. Some comments were made with regard to the income disclosure scheme that we have just announced. Now compare it with what had happened in the past. In the past, you had several schemes, and I can tell you, it is not necessary that all these schemes succeed very well. In a general parlance, लोग बात करते हैं तो कई बार कहते हैं आप डिक्लेयर कर दीजिए और लोग अपने आप डिक्लेयर करेंगे. ऐसा नहीं हुआ. बेरर बॉन्ड स्कीम आई थी 1980 में जब आपकी सरकार बनी, तो पूर्व राष्ट्रपति साहब वेंकटरमन साहब उस वक्त फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर थे. केवल 904 करोड़ रुपए आया था उसमें. 1997 में चिदम्बरम साहब ने स्कीम लाए. वो स्कीम क्या थी? और आपके नेता जब हम लोगों की आलोचना करते हैं कि कई बार याद कर लें कि उस वक्त क्या हुआ. In 1997 you said, please make declarations of undisclosed income by just paying 30% tax, nothing more than that, and declare it at the 1987 value. 97 May you declare it at the 1987 value. Most of the declarants were minor children and women. लोगों ने अपने बच्चे और पत्नियों के नाम पर कैपिटल क्रिएट करना शुरू कर दिया कि मैंने सोना खरीदा था या मैंने जमीन खरीदी थी 10 साल पहले और 10 साल पुरानी इनकम पे टैक्स दे दिया. The honest taxpayers went to court and said, I paid tax in 1987. So if you add the interest factor, I as an honest taxpayer have paid much more. And now to this man in 97, you are giving the facility of paying tax on the income of 87 and only tax and nothing else. Somehow that decision was averted. The effect of that scheme was that the very next year, India normally has 10 to 15% tax buoyancy every year. हर साल जो टैक्स कलेक्ट होता है पिछले साल की तुलना में 10-15% बढ़ता है. तो 97 स्कीम के बाद अगले साल बढ़ा ही नहीं. ये उसका दूसरा परिणाम था. ये सब सोचने के बाद what is it that we have done to make people? We have said, if you have any income which has escaped assessment, declare it today. Over and above your tax, as of the value today, so no backdated value, as of the market value today, pay the tax plus 50% penalty. So it's not an amnesty scheme. जिसमें 50% penalty है, वो amnesty scheme नहीं है. Similarly, we have other schemes for people whose appeals are pending, etc. I am not going into the detail. Budget discussion जब होगी तो उसमें जाएंगे. So when you make comments about the steps that we are taking from foreign black money to domestic black money to filing prosecutions and assessments, please honestly compare your own track record in this regard.